Hello and welcome to my Yoga for Back and Shoulders video. In today's class we're going to look at various yoga poses to stretch the back and the shoulders. You may need a couple of blocks, a strap or a pillow. So take a moment and find a comfortable position lying on your back. Moving all of your props out of the way. And just pause for a moment. Or draw the knees into the chest, give them a hug, and gently rock from side to side, massaging and relaxing the lower back, stretching around the hips. And then we'll straighten the legs, bring the arms just out to the side of the body, palms curling up, or you can bring the hands to rest on the abdomen. Now you're going to take 3 slow deep breaths in. As you inhale, expanding the abdomen, and as you exhale, gently soften and relax. Inhale, expand the lungs in all directions, and exhale, gently lower. One last time, inhale, expanding the lungs in all directions, and exhale, very gently lower. Just allowing your breath now to follow its natural rhythm. I'll pause just for a moment to try and remind yourself through the class today to focus on the breath. We'll bend the knees, and then when you're ready, draw them into the chest, give them a good hug. Gently rock from side to side just for a moment, and then when you're ready, we'll slide the hands onto each knees and circle the knees in one direction, so making the knee circles as big or as small as feels comfortable. Listening to your own body, inhaling and exhaling just through the nose if you can. And then we'll change direction. Observing how this affects the back and the hips. Also stimulates the digestive organs as well as giving your back a free massage. Give the knees a good hug, and then we'll gently lower the soles of the feet onto the ground to come in eye of the knee posture. So on your next breath in, we'll raise the right leg up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bend the knee, bring the outside of the ankle on the back of the thigh. Make sure that you push away the heel so you're flexing the foot to protect the knee, and push the right knee away from the chest. Lift your left foot off of the ground and hold either the back of the left the back of the left thigh or the front of the left calf. And pausing here, we'll take a breath in, and as you exhale, very gently encourage the knee towards the chest. Observing where you feel this stretch. Do you feel a stretch on the outside of your right hip? And take 2 or 3 slow breaths in your own time. Try and expand the lungs in all directions. So through the class, keep focusing on the breath. We'll very gently release the legs. We'll slide the right leg over the left to come into a cross-legged spinal twist. So the arms roughly in line with the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the legs over towards the left and looking over towards the right hand. And just pausing here for a moment, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Stretching around the thigh, stretching the lower back, the side of the torso. This is a good lumbar stretch. So pausing, keep focusing on the breath. Try and expand the lungs in all directions. Really try and slow down the breath and relax the body with the breath. On your next breath in, bring your head into the center. Gently bring your legs back into the center. And then we'll uncross the legs. And very gently come into bridge pose. So checking the knees are in line with the hips. We'll inhale, lift the hips off of the mat. And exhale, very gently lower, keeping the ankles under the knees. A little gap between the knees, so squeezing the legs together. Inhale, lifting up the hips, and on your exhale, very gently lower down. One more. Inhale, gently lifting up the hips, and exhale, very gently lower down, and then we'll come into eye of the knee of the other side. So your next breath in, now we'll lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the outside of the ankle on the back of the thigh, pushing away the left knee from the chest as you flex the foot. Lift the right foot off of the ground, take the back of the thigh or the front of the calf. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, very gently pulling on the right leg, and encourage the right knee towards the chest. Pause here, take a few slow breaths, just observing how the stretch feels on this side compared to the other side. Keep drawing your attention into the present moment and thoughts and conversations to gently pass by. Take 1 or 2 more slow, deep breaths in this pose on this side. And then we'll take one last breath in. As you exhale, lower the sole of the foot down onto the ground. Slide the left leg across to come into a spinal twist on this side. So taking a breath in. As you exhale now, lowering the legs over towards the right and looking over towards your left hand. And just pausing here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. So sometimes you may notice in spinal twists a big difference from one side to the other. Keep using your physical body to distract the mind, drawing your attention into the present moment, expanding the lungs in all directions. On your next breath in, very gently bring your head into the center, draw your legs back into the center. We'll uncross the legs to come once more into bridge pose. So checking you can touch the heels, the knees apart, in line with the hips. So we'll inhale when you're ready, lift up the hips, and exhale very gently, lower down. Inhale again, gently lifting up, and exhale very gently, lower. Again, inhale, lifting up. And this time we'll hold this position, so keep breathing, and we'll interlace the fingers only if it feels comfortable underneath the back. So really encourage a nice arch in the back. So this is a very gentle back bend, so keeping the chin off of the chest, squeezing the knees, trying to keep the knees in line with the hips. 1 or 2 more slow breaths. Pushing the soles of the feet into the ground, or release the hands and then gently lower down all the way to the mat very slowly. And then when you're on the ground, drawing your knees into the chest, give them a hug, gently rocking from side to side. And then when you're ready, taking your time, rock completely onto your right hand side and come up and find a comfortable sitting position. So the spine nice and tall, gently relaxing the shoulders down the back. Pausing here. So you can come and sit on a block if you prefer, and we'll bring one leg in front of the other today. If this feels uncomfortable, just come into any seated position that feels better. And we'll relax the shoulders with a few shoulder rotations, so drawing the shoulders up, back and down. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and making sure that you're sitting in a comfortable position. Nice slow breathing, keep relaxing the shoulders with gentle circles. Listening for any clicks or tension, and then we'll change direction, so drawing the shoulders back, up and forward and down. Observing if one direction feels more comfortable than the other, or if one shoulder feels more comfortable than the other. It's a very simple exercise, but when practiced regularly it helps to relax the shoulders. Just one circle going backwards, and then however you have the legs, we'll just change so the other leg is in front, just to have balance in the hips and the legs today. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lower your chin to your chest, gently stretching on the back of the neck. And then on your next breath in, we'll circle the head in one direction, raising the chin towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, complete the circle. So nice big head rotations. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale out, completing the circle, lowering all the way back down. We'll do one more in this direction, inhaling as you lift the head, and on the end of this exhale, when you're ready, we'll inhale and change direction. So inhaling as you raise the head, and exhaling as you lower. Inhale again as you raise the head, and exhale as you lower. One more, we'll inhale, raising the head, and on the end of this exhale, just resting your head now in its normal position. we'll come off of the block, support the outside of the knees, draw the legs in, and we'll straighten the legs and walk out the legs, giving the legs a little wobble, relaxing the legs. And then we'll bring the right ankle towards the opposite hip to come into half Gomukhasana. You can either pause here if this is a good stretch for you. If you'd like to work deeper, we can bend the other leg, checking the heels are just next to the hips, not underneath the hips. And we'll take hold of our strap to come into eagle arms. So before we do that, we'll just circle the elbows, so bringing the fingertips on the shoulders and backward circles of the elbows, stretching around the elbows, helping improve mobility in the shoulder joint. Keep drawing in the abdomen, sitting up nice and tall. This is also stretching around the hips and the lower back. So nice slow breathing. Now we'll take the circles in the other direction. So observing the difference between the shoulder circles and the elbow circles. Is there a big difference in your shoulders today? Do they feel quite similar stretches? So keep bringing your attention back into the present moment, allowing thoughts and conversations to gently pass by. And then relaxing the arms down, we'll relax the shoulders once with a backward circle. We'll take the strap in your right hand, so it's the same as your upper leg, to come into eagle arms. So arms roughly in line with the shoulders. Well, inhale, raise the right arm up and over, bending at the elbows, and you can either take hold of the straps, you can work your fingers together and take hold of the little fingers, or if you have the space, we'll bring the palms together. So we'll do one shoulder circle in each direction, so circling the elbows, keep sitting up nice and tall, and then changing direction just to relax the shoulders. And then we'll draw the elbows up away from the chest and the hands away from the face. Just stretch around the shoulders, maybe close the eyes and pause here for a moment. So observe, do you feel a stretch equally on both shoulders? Or is one shoulder being stretched more in this position? And then where do you feel more of a stretch, the hips or the shoulders? And we'll draw the hands away from the face as you lower the elbows towards the chest, and pause here, changing the stretch very slightly. And then when you're ready, uncrossing the arms and relax the shoulders. Nice slow breathing. Support the ankle and the knee will uncross the legs. And just relax the knees from side to side to relax the hips and relax the lower back. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then when you're ready, straighten the legs and we'll come into the pose on the other side. So now bending the left leg, bring the ankle to the opposite hip. So remembering you can stay here. If you'd like to work deeper, you can bring the opposite heel towards the opposite hip, sitting up nice and tall. Or bring the fingertips back onto the shoulders, and again, backward circles with the elbows. Try and make the elbow circles as big as feels comfortable. So remember, only you can feel the stretch. So only you know how deeply to go into each pose today. Inhaling and exhaling, always through the nose if you can. And then when you're ready, changing direction. So sometimes one direction feels more comfortable than the other. So keep observing how you feel. Nice slow breaths. And then we'll do one more. And then relax the shoulders with a backward circle. We'll pick up the strap now in the left hand, which should be again the same as your upper leg. Bring the arms in line with the shoulders. Now lift the left hand up and over, bending at the elbows. Take hold of either the strap, the fingers, or bringing the palms together, whatever feels comfortable with the shoulders. And we'll do one circle in one direction with the elbows, and then circling the elbows in the other direction, just to loosen up the shoulder joint. And then when you're ready, once more, we'll lift the elbows away from the chest and draw the hands away from the face. Close the eyes just for a moment and draw your attention to how the stretch is now. in this direction. Is it any different to the other side? How is the stretch in your shoulders? We'll take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, when you're ready, we'll very slowly lower the elbows down to the chest and draw the hands away from the face to change the stretch very slightly, breathing in and out just through the nose, just pausing here. And then when you're ready, we'll gently unwrap the arms, relax the shoulders a few times with a few shoulder circles down the back, relaxing the shoulders. We'll support the ankle and the knee, we'll uncross the legs. Very gently rock the legs from side to side, relaxing the lower back, relaxing the hips. And just pausing before we do the next pose, so straightening out the legs, give the knees a little wobble, relaxing the legs. And we'll bring the legs to the side and take your time and come up into table pose, so the knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, lower the abdomen, look to where you can see. And as you exhale, draw the abdomen in and up and around the upper back. Inhale again, lower the abdomen, looking to where you can see. And exhale, draw the abdomen in and up and around the upper back. One more, inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up. And exhale, draw the abdomen in and up and around the upper back. Now walking the hands over to the left, we'll do exactly the same. So inhale, lower the abdomen, looking to where you can see. And exhale, draw the abdomen in and up and around the back. Inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up. And exhale, draw the abdomen in and up, rounding the back. Inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up. And exhale, rounding the back. Now I'll inhale into a neutral position. First bring your hands into the center and then walk them over towards the right, checking that your hands are still underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up. And exhale, round the back in cat. Inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up in cow. And exhale, rounding the back. One more. Inhale, lowering the abdomen, looking up. And exhale. This is really good at stretching the sides of the torso. Inhale into a neutral position, and we'll exhale, walk the hands into the center, and walk the hands forward and lower all the way down onto the abdomen, untucking the toes. When you're on your next breath in, we'll inhale, gently lift the chest and chin into a low cobra, and exhale, gently lower down. Inhale, keeping the upper body on the mat, or lift the left leg up, and exhale, gently lower. Inhale again, coming into a cobra, lifting the chest and chin. Exhale, very gently lower, keeping the upper body on the mat. Well, inhale when you're ready, lifting the right leg, keeping the legs straight. And exhale, gently lower. Inhale again, coming into a cobra, keeping the elbows in. And exhale, very gently lower. One more, lifting the left leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, gently lower, keeping the upper body on the ground. Inhale, coming now into a cobra, lifting the chest and chin. And exhale, very gently lower, keeping the upper body on the mat. Well, inhale, lift the right leg. And exhale, very gently lower. Inhale one more time, coming into a cobra. We'll slide the elbows forward and come into a Sphinx pose. So checking the elbows are roughly under the shoulders. You can either relax down into the pose or you can actively sit up. Remembering if you've got any tightness in the lower back, you can tilt the pelvic bone towards the ground. Just pausing here. But remember, if you need to come out of this pose, always listen to your own body. We're just going to stay here for one or two more slow, deep breaths. Try and expand the lungs in all directions. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring the elbows out to the side and gently come down to lying flat with either the chin or the forehead on the back of the hands. Whatever feels more comfortable on the neck. We're going to lift the legs one more time. So bringing the feet together this time, we'll inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, very gently lower down. And then we'll inhale, lifting the right leg. So observing how it feels with the feet together. And then very gently exhaling, lowering down. We'll bring the hands out to the side of the body. And then just lifting up using the strength of the back. So inhaling, lifting up very low to start with, and exhale, lower. Inhale again when you're ready, lifting up using the strength of the back, and exhale very gently lower. Last time, inhale, lifting up, and exhale very gently lower. Now turn your head to one side and just pause here for a moment. We're going to do exactly the same, but we're going to interlace the fingers and stretch around the shoulders as well as strengthening the back. So just pausing for a moment, observing how the back is. Then we'll bring the head into the center, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together and straighten the arms. On your next breath in, lift in the chest and chin, just coming very gently up, and exhale gently lower. Inhale again when you're ready, coming up, and exhale very gently lower. Inhale once more, coming up. This time we're going to hold this pose just for a moment. Nice slow breathing, stretching the shoulders, and on your exhale gently lower down. Now turn your head in the opposite direction to have balance in the neck. Pausing here, keep breathing. Observing how the shoulders feel, how does the lower back feel. Now when you're ready, we'll bring the head back into the center and bring the arms either side of the chest. Tucking under the toes, gently push up onto the knees, and we'll come into child's pose just to very gently stretch the back out in the opposite direction. You can bring the hands by the side of the body just to relax around the shoulders. Nice slow breathing. We'll do the same stretch here. So now interlacing the fingers but with the other thumb on top, straightening the arms so you can rest your forehead on a block or a pillow if it feels more comfortable, and lifting the arms just to where it feels comfortable. So depending on how the flexibility in your shoulders is, you may only raise your hands a very slight amount, so this is fine. Just listen to your own body, nice slow breathing. Take a breath in, and on your exhale gently lower down, release the fingers, relax the arms by the side of the body. And more gently when you're ready, bring the hands in front of the knees, push the hands into the ground, come up to sitting. Open the knees into a wide child's pose. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lowering the chest and abdomen between the knees. And once more you can rest your head on a block or a pillow or wherever feels comfortable. And just pausing here. Resting the hands behind the back. We'll do this one more time. Lifting the hands to wherever feels comfortable. And observing how this feels now. How different does the stretch feel? Gently lowering down, release the hands. Hands once more in front of the knees, gently pushing into the mat. Come up to sitting. Bringing your knees back together, and we'll relax the shoulders. Have a couple of shoulder rotations. So opening the chest, stretching out the shoulders. So bring the right hand across the body onto the left knee. The left hand towards the floor, it doesn't have to touch, just gentle spinal twist. Just relaxing the back, pausing here. Inhale into the center, bring the left hand now on the outside of the right knee. The right hand towards the floor, if it doesn't touch, just lowering it down. And next breath, then we'll come into the center. And then take your time and come down to sitting. To come into diamond posture, so the soles of the feet together. Check that your heels are 2 hand lengths away from your body. Sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, it can come into various heights, so you can bring your hands to resting on the blocks if you feel more comfortable. So we're going to turn this into a very gentle spinal twist. So we're going to bring your right hand onto your opposite knee, the left hand on top, and very gently trying to keep the abdomen, the chest low, looking towards the knee, stretching the back in a different direction, and imagine you want your shoulder to touch your heels. Just pausing, keep breathing, just observing where you feel this stretch along the back, around the hips, also maybe on the inside of the neck, legs. On your next breath in, very gently come back into the center, and then we'll sit up with the spine nice and tall. As you exhale, lower down, and then bring your both hands onto your right knee, and once more keeping the chest and the abdomen lower, imagining that now we want to lower your left shoulder to your heels. So really stretching the back, but in a different angle to what we often practice. So observing how this affects the body. As you inhale, very slowly come into the center, and then exhale round the back and just come into a normal position in the center. Pausing so you can use your blocks to rest on. You can support your head with a couple of blocks if you feel more comfortable. Take a few slow breaths in this pose. Try and expand the lungs into the back of the body, trying to stretch the tiny intercostal muscles in between the ribs. Focus on where you feel this pose. Where do you feel the stretch? Just 1 or 2 more breaths now before we come out. So now when you're ready, as you inhale, supporting the weight of the body on the hands, push them into the floor, walk them back towards you, slowly coming up. Relax the shoulders a couple of times down the back. And then I'm going to turn, you can stay as you are, I'm going to turn so you can see me better. We'll bring the left hand on the floor. As you inhale, stretch the arm up over to the left and pause here for a moment. We'll inhale, come back into the center, and as you exhale, now going all the way over to the right. So stretching around the hips, the side of the torso, and in the inside of the legs. Pausing but keep breathing. On your next breath in, come back into the center. We'll change the legs, so one leg is in front. We'll do the same thing again. So inhale, on your exhale, stretching once more over to the left. Pause here, opening the side of the torso. We often forget to stretch the side of the torso. It's very important for posture. Inhale, coming back into the center, and exhale, now stretching over towards the right. So if your elbow doesn't touch the ground, that's completely fine. You can have the arms straight. So always listening to your own body and working with your own body. On your next breath in, coming into the center, we'll do 1 more on each side. So exhaling, as you come over to the left, try and twist the torso as much as you can, trying to look up under your arm towards the ceiling to really stretch the whole of the right side of the torso. Now pausing here. Inhale when you're ready, coming into the center, and then exhale when you're ready, coming over to the right, twisting the torso, trying to look under your arm up towards the ceiling. Now pausing here, inhaling and exhaling. Stretching the fingertips. On your next breath in, we'll come into the center very slowly. Relax the shoulders down the back. So we're going to change so the other foot is in front. I'm going to turn so you can see my back, but just stay as you are. So we've got exactly the same pose, but with your other foot in front. And now we'll take hold of the strap. We'll do a stretch around the shoulders. So taking the strap, when you're ready, in your right hand, on your inhale, raise your right hand up overhead, bending the elbow, and take the strap with the left hand. So depending on the flexibility you have, you may be able to walk the hands together and take hold of the fingertips. So if the arm is out to the side, the elbow is out to the side, I want to encourage the tip of the elbow up towards the ceiling and to stretch very gently around the leg. Very gently look towards the left, only if this feels comfortable with your neck. So pausing here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. On your inhale, we'll bring the head back into the center. Pause just for a moment. And then when you're ready, very gently release the arms. Bring the right fingertips onto the shoulder and relax the shoulder with a few shoulder rotations. And then relax the arm down. Bring that hand behind the back. As much as feels comfortable, you can hold the hand, and then we'll draw the left ear towards the shoulder. So stretching along the right side of the neck and down the shoulder. Just pausing here, nice slow breathing. So with neck stretches, always going very gently, listening to your own body, gently come into the center. We'll release the hands and relax the shoulders again a few times. Then we'll take the strap in the left hand and we'll do both of the same positions on the other side. So inhale, raising the arm up, bending the elbow as you exhale. You can hold the strap, or you may be able to work the fingers together. So again, if the elbow is out to the side, very gently encourage the tip of the elbow to point up to the ceiling, and only if it feels comfortable, looking towards the right. So if the elbow doesn't reach up to the ceiling, just listening to your own body, and with time and regular practice, it will start to be more flexible. Now bringing your head back into the center if it feels more comfortable. And then we'll release the arms very gently. Relax the shoulders. Draw now the left arm when you're ready behind the back. Take hold of it with the right hand. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, very gently lower your right ear towards your shoulder, stretching along the left side of the neck and down the left arm. Just pausing, nice slow breathing. Now on your next breath in, very gently start to release. Releasing first the neck and then letting go of the hands, nice and gently. Relaxing the shoulders a few times down the back. So again, stay where you are. I'm just going to turn so I'm facing you. So from this position, you're going to support the outside of the knees, draw the legs in and up, and come onto your hands and knees in table pose. So the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, lower the abdomen, looking to where you can see, and pause here for a slow cat-cow breath. So keep breathing, but just rounding the back, observing where you feel the stretch. And now we'll take a breath in, and on your exhale, come into cat. And we're going to pause in cat pose. So lifting up the back of the heart. Just for a moment, keep breathing. And then on your next breath in, coming into a neutral position. Inhale, lowering the abdomen, looking up. Pausing here again, keep breathing. Into cow pose. Take one more breath in. On your exhale, round the back in cat. To really slowly stretch out the back. Inhale, lower the abdomen, looking up. Keep breathing. Just pausing for a little bit longer. On your exhale now, lifting up the abdomen, rounding the back. We'll come into, very gently come down onto the abdomen. Inhale, gently lift the chest and chin off of the mat. And exhale, very gently lower. Inhale again when you're ready, lifting the chest and chin off of the mat. And exhale, very gently lower. Last time, inhale, lifting the chest and chin off of the mat. Whichever height feels comfortable. And exhale, very gently lower. Now bringing one hand on top of the other. Very slowly, you can rest one cheek onto the side of onto the back of the hands, just pausing just for a moment. And then we'll inhale when you're ready, bring your head into the center. And now when you're ready, lifting your left leg, we'll do 1 or 2 circles in one direction with the ankle. So strengthen in the back by holding the leg up, exhale, gently lower down. Inhale, now lift the right leg up, do 1 or 2 circles, depending on how the back feels, and exhale, gently lower. We'll do one more on each side. So inhale again, lifting the left leg, circling the opposite direction. So it's good for concentration. And exhale, gently lower. And inhale, lifting the right leg, and again circle now in the other direction on that leg. And exhale, gently lower. Now very gently coming out of this, we'll bring the hands to the side of the body, tuck under the toes, gently push up onto the knees to come into camel pose. So you can either use a towel or a pillow underneath the knees, or I'd recommend also folding up your mat, making a little cushion for your knees, bringing a block or a pillow in between the legs to encourage you to squeeze the legs together, and then tucking under the toes. So you want to squeeze the legs together and push the hips forward to keep the hips over the top of the knees. So bringing the hands behind the back, fingertips facing down. There's 3 stages of this pose. So your first stage is inhale, just lifting up and looking towards the ceiling. Pausing here, nice slow breathing. And then when you're ready, you can come out of the pose. So the second stage, if you've done the first stage, just rest now. The second stage is lifting up but lowering a little bit back, further back, arching the back. So squeeze the legs together and pushing the hips forward. Nice slow breathing. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Your next inhale, come back up. If you've practiced the stage, just pause here and rest. Don't do all 3 stages. And then the final stage is taking hold of the ankles. So squeeze the hips, push the hips forward and round the back. So this is only to be practiced if you feel warmed up, if you feel comfortable. Nice slow breathing. Nice gentle breaths. On your next breath in, we'll very slowly bring your hands back towards the hips. Come up slowly, or remove the block. And we'll come to rest in child's pose. So unfolding the mat and coming to rest down. So I have a camel pose against the wall, very short yoga class that you can watch to see how practicing against the wall can help with your alignment in this pose. There's a link below if you're interested in watching that. So nice slow breathing, inhaling and exhaling, just resting. This is gently stretching the back in a forward fold, so it's in the opposite direction of what previous pose we've just practiced. So this should help relax the back. Nice slow breathing. Just observing how your back and shoulders are feeling through the class today. Now very gently to come out of this pose, bring the hands in front of the knees, pushing into the ground. As you inhale, slowly coming up, bring the legs to the side of the body and gently make your way to lying on your back on the mat. Draw the knees into the chest, give them a good hug. Very gently rock from side to side, massaging your back. Making little circles by bringing your hands onto each knee and then changing direction. And give the knees a good squeeze, and then we'll finish with a spinal twist. So lowering the soles of the feet to the edges of the mat and drawing the knees together. We'll bring the arms in goddess arms for a change this time, so bringing the elbows roughly in line with the shoulders and the hands in line with the wrists. We'll take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the knees over towards the left and looking over towards your right elbow. Just pausing here. So your arms are roughly at 90-degree angles. The wrists and the elbows in line. Nice slow breathing, just observing where you feel this stretch. Maybe across the hip, maybe even across the abdomen, the side and the lower back, maybe into the chest, maybe with your arms around this position around the shoulders. So keep remembering to breathe, nice slow breathing. On your next breath in, bring your head and your legs gently into the center, and then as you exhale, take them over to the other side and then pause for a moment here. Nice slow breathing. Observing any differences from this side to the other side. Now when you're ready, very slowly first draw your head into the center, then your knees into the center, or draw the knees once more into the chest, give them a good hug. And then very gently you can either rest with the knees bent, with the feet on the edge of the mat and the knees resting against each other, if this feels more comfortable on your lower back, or you can have the legs straight and then bring the arms to the side of the body with the palms curled up towards the ceiling. So closing the eyes, we're just going to pause here for a few breaths. So letting go of any control you may have had over the breath, allowing it to follow its natural rhythm. Any thoughts that come into your mind, acknowledge them, thank them, and allow them to pass by. Just allowing your whole body to soften and to relax down into the floor. So if you have more time, I would recommend listening to one of my guided relaxation practices, which you can find a link below. Otherwise, just resting for 1 or 2 more moments. Now when you're ready, start to deepen the breath, wiggling the fingers and wiggling the toes. As you inhale, slide the feet together and slide the arms up overhead and have a full body stretch. And then we'll draw one knee as you exhale into the chest and then the other. Gently rocking once more from side to side just for a moment. Waking up the body, massaging the back. And then turn completely onto your right hand side. Pause for a moment and then pushing into the ground, come up and find a comfortable sitting position. So you can sit on a block or a pillow if you prefer. Spine nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders down the back. Just take a moment just to observe how you're feeling. How is your physical body? How is your breath? And how is your mind? Remember always to thank yourself for dedicating time to you and your own health and well-being. We'll bring the hands together in front of the heart and finish with Namaste. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please click on the like button below, leave me a comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Sarah Lane Therapies. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.